here. In this video, I'm going to talk about what I bring with me every day when we go on tour. This is about chaperones and group leaders. I'll do another video for what I think travelers should take with them, students and parents. It's a little bit different than what I've got. On tour, I usually carry a day pack with everything that I need and a few extras in case something comes up. There are a million options for day packs, and that's not what this video is for. But just to give you a couple examples of day packs, EF Tours gives you a backpack every single year. Every traveler gets one. This was a couple years ago. This one worked great for me. I have this, which is sort of an over-the-shoulder kind of thing. I like this one a lot. I have my trusty Osprey Daylight Plus, which I absolutely love. And sometimes I use my Osprey Hike Light 18, which comes with a little rain cover in it, so that's nice to have. It's super light, doesn't weigh anything. But this one isn't about packs. This is about what do you put in it. So let's take a look. I've broken this down into 3 sections, and everything fits in neatly into one day pack. Whichever one you choose doesn't really matter. Depends on the trip you're going on and the weather, what sort of day pack you're going to use. The 3 sections that I break my gear down into for a day pack are 1. EF Tour paperwork, 2. Medical necessities, and 3. General daily needs. So let's get into this. For EF Tour paperwork, I always keep every traveler's passport and their medical information with me at all times. I also keep a list of chaperones and which travelers they're responsible for whenever we go. I always have that with me, and I also suggest that every chaperone carries that with them also. Now there's a couple ways you can do that. I used to do it old-fashioned paper pencil. Here's all my list, and I keep it in a notebook. Take that, throw it in your backpack, you're good to go. Now what I do is I do all that stuff electronically. I keep PDF files of passports, PDF files of chaperone lists, PDF files of medical history or needs and all that, and email it to every single chaperone. We keep it on our phones, which we've got anyway. It's one less thing to carry. That's up to you to decide which way you want to do that. I also carry a copy of the daily agenda and the main itinerary with me. Kids are always asking, when are we going to the waterfalls? What day do we go to the Eiffel Tower? When are we going to the Tower of London? Whatever it happens to be. And because as a group leader, I've got so many things that I'm thinking about, I usually forget the little details like that. So it's nice to have them with me in case a kid forgets it. The second thing that I make sure that I have are medical needs. And I keep all my medical needs into one little roll-up pack. You can go bigger or smaller with it, it's up to you. In my little roll-up bag, it's pretty neatly organized. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sections, and I'll show you what I cover in each section. In the top section, it's pretty simple. It's Band-Aids and gauze pads. Don't really think that I need to take those out because everybody's seen them, but that's what I keep in here. Underneath that, in this section, I keep Q-tips, Neosporin, chapstick, sunscreen, insect repellent. Then I've got a little section for medicines, and in this spot over here I keep NyQuil or Dayquil in case somebody gets a cold or starts getting sick. I keep Dramamine. There's always somebody on tour, usually me, who's going to get motion sickness, and it's good to have this stuff around. I also keep Benadryl. Kid gets stung by a bee, has an allergic reaction to something, it's nice to have it around. On this side, I keep Imodium. Enough said, there's always somebody who has a problem with the water. And aspirin, acetaminophen, Tylenol, doesn't matter what. At this point I want to pause for all the teachers out there. In school, we can't give this stuff away. I tell everybody when we're on tour, I'm going to act like a parent. If your kid's got a sunburn, I'm going to give them sunscreen. If they're complaining of a headache, I'm going to give them an aspirin. And I make sure all the parents are okay with that before we go on tour. If anybody has an issue with that, I always take a note and I won't give that kid medicine. I've never had a parent say, no, don't give my child an aspirin if he's got a headache. It's common sense. that all goes in there. Then in this section, we've got tampons, we got pads, we've got towelettes, ace bandages. You never know if somebody's going to sprain their ankle or something like that. And it gets me through the day. Usually I have tissues in there also. I don't know why I don't have them right now. So this is my little medical bag. It rolls up nicely, nice and small. Clip it, toss it in your bag, you're good to go. Third thing is just general needs. What do you have to get through a day? Gotta have a bottle of water with you. Simple, toss it into your little side pocket of whatever pack you're using. I always have granola bars or trail mix with me because you never know when you're gonna get hungry. So, quick bag of trail mix, a couple granola bars. I'm actually a huge fan of Cliff bars, but I don't happen to have them right now. Those are my favorites. I always keep a couple pens, pen and a Sharpie. You have to write things down. So if I have any notes to take, I usually keep a little book with me. So anything I need to remember, I can write down. I always keep a dry bag with me. You can throw your wet stuff in here. It'll keep it dry. It'll keep it separated from everything else in your pack. Also, if you go shopping, if you need an extra bag, it's nice to have it around. These things don't weigh anything. So toss that in there. Then I always keep just a couple fun things. And that changes day to day and trip to trip. I am a huge fan of carrying the book of questions. When kids get a little bit restless, I'll fire one out. If you're not familiar with the book of questions, this is literally just a book that's filled up with questions. Things like, when you tell a story, do you often exaggerate it or embellish it? If so, why? These are good little conversation starters to use on the bus, or if you're on a hike or a walk with the kids and conversation starts to drag. I keep a string figure. There's always a kid or two on the bus who can do a Jacob's ladder or something like that. And I usually keep a deck of cards with me just to play with. So that, take my cell phone, everything goes in, and there's your day pack. Pretty easy, very light, it's all you really need. This works really well for me. It may not be what you need, but I think it's a really good starting point for any chaperone or group leader to have this. If you have anything that you think I'm missing, please put it down in the comments section so everybody can share this stuff. And that's Todd's EF Tour hints on backpacks. Thanks. Have a great day. So what I'm going to do now is just pack every bag so you can see how it all fits in there. It's going to be fast forward just so you can see how it all goes. So this bag, this is my Osprey Hike Light 18. This is a fantastic day pack. It comes at the bottom a little rain cover for those days where you're getting wet. That rain cover just goes over the entire bag. This particular bag I really like because I don't know if you can see it on here, but it's got this little back support that keeps the backpack off of your back. It makes it much cooler. You don't get a sweaty back when you're using this one. It's fantastic. You just stuff everything in. Nice thing about having a really good backpack is if you've got a whole lot of room, most good backpacks like this one come with cinches, so you can tighten everything up and it's not going to be real loose. This is my Daylight Plus. This is the one I use almost every single day of my life, going to and from work, whenever I'm going anywhere. It's a great little bag. Four great bags, all do what you need to do.